All right, folks, so in honor of this being Disneyland's 60th anniversary, we are going to solve Disneyland to the glory of the Triune God at this exact date and time for historic purposes. And I've solved this before, but we are going to do it even more diligently now, God willing. We'll at least start on it, and I just want to get this more or less filling the window here. And one of my favorite places in the whole world where all these numbers revelations began, and I was spending months there doing it all. So let's solve Disneyland. Now the most important thing to start this off with is, of course, Mr. Walt Disney. We've solved the name Walt Disney before. Okay, so it's doubly chain linked with threes, doubly bookended with threes. Very beautiful, very obvious. Okay, T and a D knit together, L and the I both divide by 3, W and the Y knit together. It's chain linked with 24, bookended with double 24. Then the A and the E, the two vowels knit together. Then you're left with the S and the N in the center left over to make 33 equals Amen. Too obvious, but it's the full birth name that means the most things. There he is, Walter Elias Disney. The full birth name is what matters. Adds perfectly to the famous 201. To the glory of the Triune God. Boils down to 888 by the law of prime. 6 days of creation pattern yield 3 teams of threes, bookended nicely. And there you go. Now you know why he is the famous man that he is. Okay, we're just going to scoop up some of the top level gems, and I'm currently uploading stuff, so I'm going to keep going back and forth. Now, of course, it's easy to find love in Disneyland. The dead center is 99 with +1 front and back. Now let's solve some obvious gems here, like where it's located and all that stuff. So can we find love in Anaheim? Yes, Anaheim divides by 3. Did you know that Anaheim is named after the mother of Mary? It's an obvious gem. Anaheim. Mary, the mother of Jesus, is known by the church to have a mother named Anne. Well, that's where the word Anaheim comes from. So already it's glorifying the Christ and the truth, Anaheim. You can crack that open and find that gem for yourself. I've solved California before. You can find love in California very easily. Ooh, you can solve the opening date. I'm so tempted to dig in. It's the only theme park designed and built under the direct supervision of Mr. Walt Disney. So look at the threes. Okay. I'm so inclined to solve July 17th. Like, I love this place. July 17th. Now it might have to knit together with the year. 17th. And then the year, that's the 3rd prime times the 13th prime. You'll always find threes in here. And then the year is, I'm not joking, folks, 1,900. A proper study to the detail will always get you the glory. You just have to take as much time. There you go. See, that year is very special because it adds to 360 exactly. And it's exactly 60 years to this day that I'm making this video since that opened. So worship God. I mean, it's all from Him. It's all for Him. So you just are supposed to thank Him for all this stuff. That's a very famous number, 60 times 60. This is also the year that McDonald's was founded, and we did a 3-hour video solving the story of McDonald's in honor of its 60th anniversary. Well, this is a very famous year. It adds to 60 times 60. There you go. Now you know why 2 of the biggest happy places on earth, certainly in America, began in that divine year. Okay, so that we're celebrating their 60th in this very year here. You can knit this all together. That's perfect. The 3rd prime times the 30th prime, pure threes. Okay, and you can study even more. Oh, I'm so happy I could cry. I love Disneyland. What happens when the word park comes along? Well, that's perfect because this divides by 3, and now you've got 3 plus 1. So Disneyland Park divides by 3. I love God. In fact, it equals the famous 153, and that's written everywhere now. Disneyland Park on the logos. God ordained that, folks. Disneyland Park equals the number of fishes Jesus ordained His disciples to catch the 3rd time after His resurrection. Now, I'm going to do these videos in probably less than 5-minute chunks because I don't want to get a crash and lose the recording, which has happened. Okay, so if I keep it tight and just produce a lot of 5-minute videos, we'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to save this, and we're going to be back right after this. Don't go away. This is exciting and historic.